You may not know it, but we are in danger of losing a critical part of our heritage. 152 years ago, in the pitch blackness of midnight, 2,500 men stood at their stations in heat and humidity as their squadron silently slipped past the enemy defenses protecting the entrance to Manila Bay in the Philippines. The Commodore leading the squadron was completely focused on his mission to neutralize the enemy fleet and end the threat to the United States Pacific coast. He was undeterred by the fact that the British officers who had observed the departure of the squadron 4 days earlier in Hong Kong had judged his orders a suicide mission. Those British officers believed that the American fleet was sailing to certain destruction against a superior combined force of shore batteries, mines, and naval vessels. Despite those opinions, on the morning of May 1st, 1898, the American fleet would annihilate the Spanish fleet without a single U.S. combat death. The fact that the victory was so overwhelming made this one of the most impressive tactical naval victories in world history. But this was much more than that. Those American sailors had unknowingly set in motion events that rippled far beyond the strategic objectives of that fleet. Their actions would result in the end of 300 years of brutal Spanish colonial rule of the Philippines, and even more importantly, the emergence of the United States on the world stage as a global power and force for good. Today, 115 years later, with the exception of the flagship that led the fleet, those heroes and the ships they sailed have all passed into history. Surprisingly, the flagship of that fleet, the USS Olympia, still survives. She survives, but she is in dire need of critical repairs and a permanent home. Please join with the Mare Island Historic Park Foundation to support our plan to bring the Olympia home to her place of origin and display her forever on the San Francisco Bay. The Olympia ranks with the USS Constitution of the War of 1812 fame and the Monitor of Civil War fame as one of the most historic ships in United States history. Despite this fact, no government or business entities in either the United States or the Philippines have stepped up to contribute to her preservation. It is up to individuals like us to lead the way and save this important part of our heritage for future generations. After all, she is our history. Please give what you can and tell a friend. The sailors of that historic Asiatic squadron, thank you. To contribute to this important cause, please send a check made out to the Olympia Fund to the address shown below. You can also go to www.mareislandmuseum.org and navigate to the Olympia page under the Ships tab. There you will learn more about this effort, and you can donate using PayPal. However you choose to donate, please indicate on your donation that it is to be used for the Olympia. The Mare Island Historic Park Foundation is a 501c3 organization, and your donations are tax deductible. All proceeds will be used for planning and acquisition of the Olympia and memorializing her history.